Hello, and welcome back to the Studio I YouTube channel. I know I look like trash right now, but it is very late and I'm still gotta get this video out. But today I wanted to talk about habits, and more so about habits that we need to let go in 2023. This week I want to talk about habits to let go of, habits to build, and how to build those good habits. But today I wanted to start with the habits that we want to let go. Now, letting go of habits isn't super easy, so a tip that I can give is try to replace the habit that you have with another habit that brings you as much joy. It isn't always super easy. We're going to talk about it more in Sunday's video, but for now, let's get started with the 10 habits to let go of in 2023. So the first habit to let go of, and I'm very bad example of that this week, is overworking. It's time that we let go of hustle culture. It's time that we let go of making our work our identity. This week, I have been working way too much, and I noticed that life just gets less enjoyable. We are so much more than our jobs. We are so much more than the productive side of ourselves. And once we start focusing on things outside of work, you'll see that creating that dream life for yourself will be so much easier. Your dream life isn't found in work. The second one is putting others above you. 2023 needs to be the year that you start prioritizing yourself, and it isn't selfish to do so. You can only give to others if you yourself are already full. So really start prioritizing your own health and your own happiness, and you'll see that it's far easier to give and spread that love to others. But you really gotta start with yourself, because you deserve it. You deserve that happiness. You probably believed for your whole life that people only value you if you put yourself aside. Trust me, once you start prioritizing yourself, people who respect that will come into your life. The second habit that we need to let go of is neglecting self-care. It's so important to take care of yourself, but while we're in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, this is often the last thing that we do. Everything and anything that we do starts with self-care. If you want to be productive, if you want to be kinder, if you want to achieve more, you need to start with self-care. If you want to make your dream life come to life, you will have to put in hard work. And in order to be able to do that hard work and to be able to do exceptional things, you will have to take care of yourself. We often see self-care as a remedy, but it is a starting point. It is the baseline. It is what absolutely necessary. You need your sleep. You need to take care of your mental health. You need to eat healthy. If you do those things, you'll see that everything else in your life will become so much easier. So by focusing on self-care first, you will achieve so much more in the next year. And with that comes the next habit, the bad habit, that is not parenting yourself. We often tend to hear that self-care is doing whatever we want all the time, indulging, doing this, doing that, and I made a whole entire video about it as to why it is a lie. Self-care in the form of indulging and letting yourself do anything and everything is a lie. Because in the long term, you often end up being worse off than in the place that you started in the first place. If you always indulge in a piece of cake, eventually you will become more unhappy in your body because you don't feel good. So parenting yourself in making sure that you eat healthy, you exercise, you clean your home, will make sure that your life runs smoother. The indulging part is important, it has a place, but not always. The next habits to let go of is being toxic towards others. It's being mean, it's being unkind. That's the same thing. Not respecting other people's boundaries, doing things to other people that you wouldn't like have done to yourself, being rude to staff, things like that. It's really time to let go of that. Every single person deserves to be treated with respect and with kindness. And maybe you're watching this and you're like, yeah, duh. But sadly, there's still a lot of people who don't do this, and probably you don't care that I'm talking to you right now if you're one of those people, but please do better. The next thing that we're going to let go of is playing small. Keeping yourself small, not daring to dream big, is a habit that we got to leave behind. If you found this channel, you probably want to build a better life for yourself. You probably want to build your dream life. Well, then you need to let go of playing small. dare to take big jumps, dare to do the big things. And only by starting them, only by accepting that it's okay to think of them and to dream of those things, is it a possibility to make them come to life. You gotta say, I'm gonna do that before you can make it come to life. If we think, oh, that would be great, but I'll never do it for myself, nothing is ever gonna come of it. So commit, think big, dare to take steps, apply for that job that you think you might not be good enough for. Aim to become a millionaire. Start your own business and pray that it will be successful. Think big and dare to go all in. If you take those things step by step and you build it up gradually, anything is possible. Just gotta take the first step. And the first step is accepting that one day you will have that thing. Then something entirely different, but that's also really important. I mean, the planet is dying and we all know it, but there is still time to turn it around. And I picked one habit to let go of this year, and that is fast fashion. Just over-consuming clothes and trends and micro trends and not thinking about a wardrobe that brings you joy and that fits you well and that you feel great in is a habit that we absolutely need to let go of. It is one of my intentions for 2023 to really create a wardrobe for myself that will serve me for years to come. So not only today or not only for the next trends, but really buy most of it secondhand and from sustainable brands. And then a habit that you also need to let go of is judging others. When we're judging others, we are often judging ourselves. If you judge someone, it's often something that you don't like about yourself or that you yourself are insecure about. So if you say that someone is too flashy with their body, you are probably ashamed of your own body, or you don't dare to be that flashy and you judge somebody else on it. But when we stop judging others and when we start celebrating other people in what they do, it becomes a whole lot easier to accept our own flaws or our own struggles and to become less judgmental towards ourselves. We always say that you gotta love yourself first before you can give any love to others, but sometimes you need to give others the love to see that it's acceptable to give it to yourself. So the next time you catch yourself judging someone, ask yourself why and celebrate what they're doing. If they're flashing their bodies, say, yes, girl, good for you that you dare to be so sexy and that you are so confident. And over time, you will start to see that it's a lot easier to then accept your own body because you're accepting what other people are doing. So let 2023 be the year where you start celebrating others instead of judging them. And then something that I really need to learn as well is to stop living in clutter. It has been proven again and again and again that it isn't good to live in clutter, that it is making us more anxious, that it's making us more overwhelmed. So let this be the year that you and I together, that will start to organize our lives and that will stop living in clutter, whether it's in our digital spaces, in our physical spaces, in our minds. Let 2023 be the year that we let go of it. And then lastly, let 2023 be the year where you stop living unintentional. Let it be the year where you start intentionally building your dream life. Let it be the year where you start to take steps towards it with intention. You don't necessarily have to have your dream life by the end of this year. And what will help do that is subscribe to this channel. Very smooth, So for the rest of the month, I am posting every other day up until the 15th of January with a lot of goal setting tips. So if that's something that you might be interested in, hit the subscribe button down below, and otherwise I will see you again tomorrow. Toodaloo!